What's happening, folks? More motivation. Today, I want to speak about something that is keeping you from succeeding. The number one thing. So, we live in a time of social media. Everything is shared. You know what's going on in everybody's life. You know what's going on as far as the things people achieve, what they can do. But there's many different things behind closed door you don't see. Everybody appears more happy. Everybody appears perfect. Achieved more. Did things to have the perfect life that you see. And because of this, people look at that and feel some type of way about themselves. They'll see things that the people showing them those things want you to see, in other words, right? And the main thing I want to get at here is to focus on the things that the people have, the things that makes them appear this way, to how you see them on social media. The number one thing that stops people from reaching anything is jealousy, envy, to focus on the things they don't have. It's such a big trap because this jealousy and envy can turn into self-hate. You turn to somebody that hates anybody that succeeds without knowing what they went through to get there. The most useless emotion is jealousy. It doesn't solve anything. It keeps you in the same place. And it's so easy nowadays to be jealous because everything you see on social media is the perfect smile, the perfect car, the perfect relationships, and this is the very thing that stops anybody from discovering themselves, becoming more self-aware, have better self-esteem, more self-confidence. Is the distraction from themselves. We're using all these things to escape almost. We're using social media to escape our realities. We hate our realities so much we're willing to eavesdrop on someone else's life, all the things they're doing, all they achieved, every single thing that has to do nothing with us. We're taking ourselves away from facing ourselves, facing our realities. And for some people, it turns into jealousy, which is why we remain stuck. We remain in a state of not growing. Jealousy, envy, the focus on the things you don't have is the things keeping you in the same place. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I've been in a position where I hated myself. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror, what I was making as far as finances go. Of course, I'm working towards a goal now also. But I was basically staying in the same place. I had a victim mentality. I didn't want to see the things about me that were great. And that's another thing I want to get at. When you constantly distract yourself and keep yourself from facing yourself, you won't see the things about you that are great. You will only see the things you don't have. All the cars, the girls, the things that you see on social media, that the people you inspired, that inspire you may have. You can have those things as well if you focus on yourself. It's only going to start there. Right? There's many things about people that are great. There's many things, if you compare, could be better. But that's not the whole story because there's many different categories and there's many different things that makes up a person. So from that sense, we all have things about us that is greater if you to compare, which is why it's useless to compare in the first place. Anything that is unique has things unique about it and things important about it also. If you take two tools, let's say a fork and a knife, those two things are needed in order to eat, right? Depending on what you're eating. Those two things serve different purposes. So it's stupid to say one is better than the other, because without both of them, you cannot really have something complete in order to eat, if that makes any sense. From that sense, I'm not saying that we're the same as tools or things to eat, but I'm saying us as people, we are useful. We have things about us that makes us unique and great. Therefore, we're all important. We all have things about us which are useful. So, if you don't take time to see the things about you that are great, or the things about you that is unique, then of course you're gonna have low self-esteem, low confidence, hate yourself in fact, or get to that stage, which I don't wish on to my worst enemy. But like I'm saying, the most useless thing and the thing keeping you from achieving anything when it comes to finances, fitness goals, relationships, or any facet of life is jealousy. To focus on other people, and not just that, the envy on the things they're achieving, the things they can do, the things about them that makes them great, or even the fact that they can see that, because we all have things about us which is great. You know, we gotta find a way to redirect our focus into solutions, proactivity instead of reactivity, because it's this very state that the world is in right now. Reality TV shows, social media, to focus on anything but ourselves. The only way to realize the things that are great about you is to become self-aware. It's to have self-esteem, self-confidence. It's not going to mean that you're going to be great at everything or love everything about yourself, but you're going to be in peace with the things about you that are advantages and that are disadvantages. Which is why I'm telling you, jealousy is useless. You're comparing two things that are different. Twins are different, even though they come from the same family, or even though they could be brothers or sisters. So it's useless to compare yourself. It's useless to be jealous. There's more than enough things out there for everyone. There's more than enough abundance for everybody. Which is why I have to be in an abundance mindset. You can't be in an abundance mindset if you focus on the things you lack. Everything is out there. There's enough for each and every one of us. Which is why when somebody achieves something, instead of being jealous, be happy, because there's a possibility it could happen for you as well in a different way. You know what I mean? And success isn't only measured by how much you make or what things you per se achieve, but success is also how happy you are within yourself. Because on social media, I tell you this, a lot of people are unhappy, are depressed, but you won't be able to see it through a screen. Which is why it's useless to compare yourself. It's useless. Focus on solutions. Focus on things you can do each day to be the best version of yourself. That's it. Focus on things that you're passionate about, that you're happy to do each and every day, that doesn't feel like work, that you can do forever to bring happiness to yourself. Keep in mind, I'm saying this for you. I'm not saying this because I need more attention. I'm saying this so that you can not just look at anybody online, look at the things they have, look at what they're achieving, how good they may look, or whatever the case may be, to take you away from yourself. Instead, you should use those things to inspire yourself to take action, to make your life better, to walk in the direction that serves your goals, the things you're passionate about, the things you want to do in your life. Because there's no point of being jealous. Because at the end of the day, success has a formula. And it's okay to take things from each person that applies to your situation. You can learn from each person, right? You can take certain things and sort of customize it to your life. You know what I mean? But there's no sense of being jealous, because there's enough for everybody out here to take, right? There's certain things about people that makes them great, but there's certain things about you that makes you great as well. But you just have to pay attention. And the only thing keeping you from paying attention is being jealous. and focusing on the things you don't have. What about the things you do have? What about the things that makes you great? What things are you not paying attention to because you're focused on the things you don't have? There's many things you have. You cannot sit here and tell me there's nothing about you that makes you great. That is absolute utter bullshit. Take some time to look at yourself before and look at yourself now and see how far you came. See the things about you you've been complimented on in your life. It's unique. It's still special. But we forget to see that because on the things we're comparing to, on the things we don't have or may not have yet. And that's another thing. Even though you may not have it now, it doesn't mean that there's no possibility of you getting it in the future. Right? So after this video, I want you to take a deep breath, sit down and reassess your life. Look at yourself before, look at yourself now. See how far you came and see what things you're forgetting to see as blessings. Because the fact that you're here maybe 20, 30 years, 40 years, whoever is watching, there's things along the way that happened that you forgot to see as blessings. You wake up today, you're unhappy. What if I said, I'll give you $1 million today, but you don't get to get up tomorrow? Would you take it? Many people won't. But how come you don't feel like $1 million when you wake up? That's how valuable waking up is. And we'll forget that's a blessing. All the distractions from ourselves is taking us away from appreciating the small things that happen each and every day. The fact that I get to sit here and talk to you guys about this is a blessing. The fact that I have enough of an open mind to talk to you guys about this very topic without any scripts or anything I had to write down is a blessing. It's something unique about me. There's something unique about you as well, but you just have to pay attention. And I'm not saying you have low attention span. You have bad attention span when it comes to yourself. Alright? You can scroll on Instagram for hours and get lost in the feed. But it should be something you go on to consume knowledge, to learn something that you can apply to your life, that you can use to be proactive. So I'm going to finish off the video here. I don't want it to be too long, but the number one thing keeping you from succeeding in anything is jealousy and comparing yourself. So I want you to keep these things in mind so that you can use it to inspire yourself to be the best version of yourself. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. Like always, get better every day. It's more motivation. I'll see you next video.